Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is now just 140 days away from the official release of this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film is going to insert a lot of revelations that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story that's going to really change how we view the past 8 Star Wars films. Now, what's really exciting about this as well is that we do know that J.J. Abrams is bringing a return of lightsaber duels, space battles, and land battles to a different extent in this movie than we have ever seen before in the Skywalker saga. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very intense for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of both Rey and Kylo Ren in the middle of a lightsaber duel, where it's described that as they are fighting in one of their flash fights on the world of Mustafar, it's described that Kylo is being guided by the Sith Wraith of Palpatine / Darth Sidious, where Rey begins to hear the voices of Anakin and Luke Skywalker offering her wisdom during her duel with Kylo Ren as he is being guided by Palpatine. Additionally, it's said that one of the sequences is said to involve both Rey and Kylo Ren fighting in the middle of the Tatooine desert with a binary sunset in the background, in front of the Lars homestead, where as this happens, a revised track of the Force theme by John Williams plays over the shot. One of the sequences is also said to take place underneath Vader's castle on Mustafar, inside of a Sith cave / temple, where Kylo begins to hear the voice of the hybrid Force ghost of Darth Vader, which is either communicating with Kylo Ren or Kylo is hearing dialogue from the past. It's said that on and off during their flash fights, characters connected to the netherworld and the spiritual realm connect to both Rey and Kylo Ren throughout their duels. The tone of the film when this happens is said to be very dark and gritty, especially during the Mustafar sequences. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to feature the flash fights. Now, a lot of people have been expressing their concern and their mixed reactions on this, which is perfectly fine and okay, because we do know that this is something completely different for Star Wars as a whole. So the flash fights are basically going to be a mixture of force bonds, flashbacks, and flash forwards, and throwing in a lightsaber duel in the mix. Pretty much, taking what we saw in The Force Awakens of Rey going through her Force vision, and using that concept by connecting it to another Force user experiencing the same exact thing, while also fighting each other. So what's really exciting about this, though, is that while they are both fighting in their flash fights, there's a moment in which Kylo Ren is being guided by the Sith Wraith of course, Darth Sidious / Palpatine. Now, the reason as to why they're doing this, I believe, is that they're trying to show that Palpatine is trying to manipulate Kylo Ren at a certain point in time, before Palpatine even reveals himself. So at this point in time, it's very unlikely that Kylo even knows it's really Palpatine and just thinks it's some dark, sinister figure that's guiding him through the fight against Rey. However, when Rey is fighting Kylo Ren, there's a moment in which both Luke and Anakin are actually offering Rey wisdom of the Force and the Jedi way, as she is going up against Kylo Ren / Ben Solo. Since she does own the Skywalker saber now, and ever since she really reforged it and put it back together into one piece, it's actually said that she has a strange connection now between both Anakin and Luke in Episode 9. Now, in case you guys did not know, over in Black Spire is where she was able to gather certain parts for the lightsaber itself to put it back together into one piece. This is actually explained over at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That'll be lightly explained in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, moving on, the piece that I really do find very interesting is that one of the sequences is actually said to involve a moment in which Rey is going up against Kylo Ren on the world of Tatooine in front of a binary sunset, and as this happens, John Williams revised a track of the Force theme for the actual sequence. So the popular Force theme that we hear at the very, beginning of A New Hope, where Luke is looking at the sunset, we are actually going to get a revised version of that track in Episode 9 as they fight it out to the death. Now, the other thing that really surprises me is how there is a point in time in which we go underneath the castle of Darth Vader's. And in that, we actually have a Sith cave/temple, where now at this point in time, Kylo Ren is either being guided or is hearing voices of the past of Darth Vader's hybrid Force ghost. Now, what I like about this is that this really does open up a lot of possibilities, because during their flash fights, it's actually said that they connect to characters that are over in the netherworld and over in the spiritual realm that are going to be used as a way to inspire these characters to keep moving forward and to keep fighting each other. And I think that's a very interesting touch to a Star Wars film. It's really mixing in a lot of different elements and really kind of just evolving the mythology right then and there in the third act of Episode 9. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.